Let's take a look at the one-space pincer. When white takes this pincer, his goal is not to try and capture black, but to create influence by threatening to capture black's group. Here we find what we might call a soft principle of Go, which is that pincers often lead to influence. Influence is usually found on the opposite side of your opponent's territory, and is useful for attacks and invasions that, if successful, would hopefully lead to a great deal of territory later on, usually either in the center or along the side of the board. It's important, however, to make sure that you don't pay too much for that influence. What we mean by that is when you are making influence, you don't want to trade it for so much solid territory to your opponent that gives away too much in the process. The reason is that the territory automatically, immediately counts as solid points, whereas influence still has to be developed into points in the future.
So notice that if black doesn't respond locally here, white has an opportunity to drastically reduce black's eye space with this move. If white gets this move, then black will need to run out in a series of empty moves whose only point is to allow black to escape. Black, therefore, needs to play the 3-3 point. Three principles in Go are seen here. First, when fighting in the corner, the 3-3 point is often a vital move for both players. Second, we again see illustrated the principle that your opponent's best move is often your best move. And finally, this position gives us a great opportunity to talk about probably one of the most important principles we've discovered so far while working on this series, and that is the efficiency of moves. This is really important. Moves can be rated by how many good things they do all with one move. There are around 5 good reasons to play a move. Profit, where a living group makes territory. Power, where a group creates influence towards the center of the board. Pressure, where a living group threatens to capture some of the opponent's valuable stones. Protection, where a group is defended against capture. And plan moves, which include things like invasions, throw-ins, and sacrifice moves that are part of a larger strategy or deeper reading. So notice here that if black allows white to take the 3-3 point, black can no longer do any of those things we just talked about. He has to make this jump, this one-space jump, and that does none of the things we discussed. This move takes no territory. It creates no influence towards the center of the board or pressure on anything because it's not alive yet. It can still be attacked. It doesn't protect anything because it also, again, can still be attacked. And it's definitely not part of some larger plan. So this move falls into the last category, panic. Panic moves are the worst type of sensible move to make. It means that some important protection move was missed. So back to the board here. The protection move that black needs to make is this 3-3 point.
White now has 2 options for developing and realizing the hoped-for influence that he was aiming for on the outside. These are the attachment above and the side attachment.